And welcome back for the third edition here, the final edition of our Bargain Bread Racing Series end of year awards, the Bargie Awards. Again, if you've not heard of the Bargain Bread Racing Series, you can check us out, bargainbread.com. We do have a rules page. This is for scratch red runners for less than 120 points. Few rules there. You also want to check out our message board. So if you go to About Us and the message board here, you'll come in here, and on our general board, this is where we'll have nomination threads, and our schedule is up. This is a lot of fun. The series is. It's more difficult than you think to get a good runner in the series. And as you're going to see here, some of these runners run big speed figures. You probably already saw that from the last video. But this is always a good time of year to get in. Tons of 2-year-old races. It's a fun division. A lot of the players that compete in this regularly are also pretty active on the message boards and chat rooms and stuff. So it's a good group of people to be around and have fun with. Let's get to it here. Let's talk about our Turf and Dirt Classic Awards here, our Bargies. And we're going to get started with our middle turf division. We do have a miler division for the turf. We do have a long division for the turf. And we do have a middle division for the turf. Things kick off for the middle division in the Hunt Turf Cup in May. And it was the 4-year-old filly Fortildor who closed from way downtown to catch New Barcho, who set the early pace to get there by a quarter of a length. Azert was there in third, just 3/4 of lengths back. So 2 fillies in the top 3 here, first and third. Good showing for the fillies. As we roll into the second race in the division, that's the 10 Lost Pyramids. We go out to 10 furlongs here. And it was Grand Pilot who was closing strongly this time, and he outclosed another filly. Sea Levels High held herself well, a good old-timer. Kicked home for a nice second here. World of Drownings, that's a grade 2 winner, Millionaire. Only could get third here in the 10 Lost Pyramids. The distance is a little short for him. We'll talk about him a little bit later. Cahal's Heart, fourth. Fortilador there, fifth in this race. Then as we go over to the Pearl Cup, it's the third race in the division, and back at 9 furlongs, Coagulate Scent stalks, gets to the front there early in stretch, pulls away, holds off Bold Silverman there by 2 lengths. Tiny Vessels third, Scent Corrali fourth, running a solid 105 speed figure there. So as we're rolling into the Bargain Bowl, we've had 3 different winners in the division. So division honors kind of up for grabs in the Cougar Bite. And in the Cougar Bite, it was Fortilador again, the 4-year-old filly closing from well off the pace, out kicking Midnight Bells late to win by a length and a half. A really impressive run for Fortilador. And, you know, forgive me, but when I hear Fortilador, my Game of Thrones mind goes to Hold the Door or Hordor. Sorry if you hadn't seen the series. Maybe you'll forget this when you watch the series. I didn't spoil anything for you. Anyway, our turf middle distance Bargie is going to go to Fortilador. 2 wins in the series, the important one at the Bargain Bowl and the initial one here to begin the season, Hunt Turf Cup. Good showings in between. As you can see there in the middle of her season, when she went back down to fillies in the grade 3 humble handicap, she ran a good second. So a really solid filly. This is out of the Dragneel barn here for Fortilador. Congratulations. The middle turf division, just a quick look here at the Hunt Turf Cup, 10 Lost Pyramids, Pearl Cup, Cougar Bite. Fortilador, 26 points, Coagulate Scent 10, Grand Pilot 10, Midnight Bells 9. All right, the next division is our filly and mares over on the turf. And here we see Azert again, who has zerted herself in the Blue Bonnet at 1 mile and a 16th. Closing from mid-pack, 20-1. 108 speed figure there. Gets by Aishanin late, or actually pulls away from Aishanin here in the stretch to win by a length there. Phil Pegg third. The next race in our filly mare turf series is the Bargain Princess at 9 furlongs. And Aishanin just let it all go here. Went right out to the front. Set some fairly modest fractions. A little bit on the quick side possibly. Finished up well, never really threatened, wins by 3.5 lengths over Ideal Rain. Rose Mistress third, Caution Light fourth. Azert gets in there for fifth. The third race in the division is the Over Highland, and Aishin In does it again, going to the front again and pulling away late, holding off Story Behind, who closed pretty strongly, although never really threatened the winner there. Rose Mistress third, Cloud Link fourth, 15 Non-Sky fifth there. Story Behind the 3-year-old, a really nice run against her older rivals here in the Over Highlands. So as we're rolling into the Bargain Bowl in the Vimes Turf Distaff, the series is Aishin has a really good stranglehold with 2 wins already in the series. And as we roll into the Vimes Turf Distaff, it was Story Behind, the 3-year-old, who would get the better of Aishin late, who she set the pace again, but faded a little at the end. Story Behind put 2 1/4 links on her by the time they got to the wire. Ideal Rain was third, Rose Mistress fourth there. So our filly and mare Turf Bargie goes to Aishin In. Again, Aishin In here, I believe she runs for the LG Boast stables. I believe Dragnell, though, bred her here. Sorry, just get just double checking some notes here. Great year for her. Blue Bonnet again second, Bargain Princess first, Over Highland first, second Vimes Turf Distaff. Good year for Aishin. And let's take a look here at the final standings in this division. Filly Mare Turf, Azert winning the Blue Bonnet, Aishin again, Bargain Princess and Over Highland, and Story Behind, the 3-year-old, getting going there on the Vimes Turf Distaff. Aishin 35 divisional points, outpoints Story Behind, who only in 2 races earned 21 points, good for second in the division. Our next division that we're going to take a look at is the older turf long distance races, and this is where World of Drownings plies his craft, so to speak. He started off the year in the King's 13 with a nice dominating 5 1/4 length performance over Ideal Oreo and the filly, our mare, Sea Levels High, who finished third here. From the King's 13, we go out to the Arc de Malalev, which is Arc of the Ill-Bred. And it was Sandal Keep, though, that turned the tables here a little bit on World of Drownings. The Gowans runner closed very strongly and gets up and wins by 3 1/4 lengths over World of Drownings, who is in second. Grand Pilot third, Midnight Bells fourth there. Ideally Oreo holds on for fifth. And the third race in this division is the very long distance 2-mile Wombat Cup, taking place down in Australia. And it was World of Drownings who dominates again, 5 1/2 lengths. It was way back to the third place filly, Maasai Society there, and Dance Group getting in fourth. Ideally Oreo kind of stalked and set the pace here midway through the race, finished second, 5 1/2 lengths behind World of Drownings. So as we're rolling into the Bargain Bowl, we're looking at the John's Call in the Bargain Bowl at 1.5 miles. World of Drownings, 2 wins in the division, a second. Very good strong hold on the division title. And he didn't let us down in the John's Call. Saved his best for last, so to speak, in the divisions series. Sitting fourth early, had the lead by the top of the stretch, and powered home to a 2.5 length win over Sandal Keep. And both of these runners put up really good speed figures. 114 for World of Drownings, 112 Sandal Keep. Ideally Oreo with a 106 there in third. Our long distance turf Bargie goes to, and this is no secret, World of Drownings. Just had a great year again. You know, last year might have been a little better for him when he got his graded win, but this year still competitive. As you see that second place finish in the Carlsbad Lessons. It's kind of how he got his season started there in May, and then all in bargain bred events from there on, getting 3 wins out of 5 races, hitting the board all the time there. Another really nice runner from the Plano Axios stables, their World of Drownings. Here's a divisional look. Sandal Keep and Ideal Oreo finished second in the division with 19 points behind World of Drownings, whopping 41 points. It's a lot of points in one division there for World of Drownings. But Ideal Oreo, raced in all the races and hit the board in 3 out of 4. Really nice season for him. Probably would have been much better if World of Drownings had not been there. Sandal Keep, the only one, the lone runner to keep World of Drownings from sweeping the season series here. Okay, let's get over to our fillies on the dirt, our routing fillies. They get started in the Death Valley Distaff, and it was Gomo stalking and then jumping and making a big stretch run here to outduel Price of Oil late, holding her off by a length. Spark of Love and Naja Vu pretty close, within 2 lengths of the top 2 there. Good speed figures here, 104, 102 for these fillies, kicking the season off. From the Death Valley, we go over to the Bargain Summer Distaff, and it was Gomo again. 109 speed figure, again outclosing Price of Oil here to win by a length and a half. Light in the Flesh was 3rd. Try My Eye 4th, and Spark of Love 5th. Last year's divisional winner, Naja Vu, just not the same runner this year as she was last year, not hitting the board here. And then we go on to the Slave to Tradition, and this is where the 3-year-olds kind of caught up with the older runners here, as least of the lot, jumped all over them, closing strongly to win by 3/4 of a length over Cardinal Blues. Hawaii, another 3-year-old filly, making a nice run, stalking bid there at 71-1, holding on for 3rd there in the Plano stables. Gomo 4th, so hitting the board, earning some points in the division. So as we're rolling into the Bargain Bowl, Gomo's got a nice lead in divisional honors as we roll into the Cemetery Winter Distaff. And Gomo gave it all she had. Hawaii goes out there, sets a pretty strong pace, and just holds off the fast-closing Gomo to earn the victory at the Bargain Bowl there. Gomo, very good year. Light in the Flesh 3rd there. Spark of Love, Cardinal Blues. Again, Naja Vu, just not the same as she was last year, even though she's running decent speed figures for this division. Our filly and mare, Dirt Classic Bargie, is going to go to Gomo. Just a really nice season for Gomo. She's got over $500,000 in earnings now. She won the Bargain Day Distaff, Death Valley Distaff. She took on listed runners there in the Incomplete Pass. Decent showing for her there. Again, winning the Summer Distaff. 4th in the Slave Tradition, and runner-up here in the Cemetery Winners Distaff. Congratulations to the LG Boast stables there, Lino. Good runner there, buddy. The Filly Mare Classic, Death Valley Distaff, Gomo, Summer Distaff, Gomo, and she was able to hit the board there late with Slave Tradition, Cemetery Winner. So the 3-year-olds made a big impression late in this division. A lot of times they do, the really good ones do. Gomo going to get division honors with 31 points here. Hawaii with that win, the Cemetery Winner, good enough to put her in 2nd, 19 points. Price of Oil 3rd, Ware with 12 points. And finally, we're getting to our Colts here. Our Colts running the routes on the dirt, and they got the season started off in the Death Valley Classic with Shores Infected closing from way downtown. And out-dueled, out-closed Lasse Tomber, again, Plano. I apologize if I'm getting that name mixed up there. Second Wine, a good 3rd here. High-Heeled Healer, 4th. Open to Alumni, the 2016 divisional winner. Decent showing with a 105 speed figure. It's actually pretty good, but on this year, only good enough for the 5th place finish. Our boys go to the Summer Classic at 1 mile and an 1/8, and Open to Alumni announced his presence with authority. Steamed away to a big lead, made it hold up. Very dominant, holding on to beat Gala Show by 2 1/4 lengths there. I say holding on, he really wasn't even threatened. He was being geared down in the end. Bottom end, tried to keep pace with Open to Alumni early here, but just couldn't do it. Faded out, finished 3rd there. Very old blood 4th. Lasse Tomber getting a point there, getting up late for 5th. Then our Colts in October go over to the Copper Cup, and this time it was Gala Show who closed from way downtown, 8 1/4 lengths there, and just outduels and nails Lasse Tomber at the wire. I guess you wouldn't say nails, I guess you would say holds off. These two were kind of going back and forth the whole way. It was a really good run between Gala Show and Lasse Tomber. Sandal Keep coming off his win at the Arc, Came over to the dirt here in this race, finishing third. Very Old Blood there, fourth. And then so as we're rolling in to the Bargain Bowl, this division's kind of wide open. Lots of 3 different winners here in 3 different races. And as we go into the Bargain Classic, it turned out to be Lasse Tomber who took the step forward. Earns a 108 speed figure, closing from back. Fourth, closed well to get over Galasho, who had flipped the tables on that rival here in this race to win by a length and 3/4. Chebre Tokdun set the pace, came in 5th, bottom in, hanging around there for 4th. Open to Alumni, just couldn't sustain it all the way to the end of the year after that big showing in the Summer Classic. Our Dirt Bargie Classic is going to go to Lasse Tomber. Just again, I've said this 100 times, I guess, in these videos. Dancing all the dances, competing in all the races in a division, very important, and doing well in those races, of course, even more important. But Death Valley Classic 2nd, Summer Classic 5th, 2nd at the Copper Cup, win at the Bargain Classic, and those were good enough to get him the year-end honors here. Here's a look at our Colt Classic division. It was very close. Lasse Tomber had to have that win over Galasho. The division points 28 to 25. Galasho, very good showing. Open to Alumni, 3rd in the division, 11 points. Shores Infected there with 10. That's going to conclude the 2017 Bargie Awards. We're looking forward to kicking off our 2018 Bargain Bred Racing Series. Again, stakes race is going to kick up at the end of March. 3-year-old races kick up 1st of April. It's a lot of fun. Join us if you can.